Good morning or evening, I don't really know. Welcome. Greetings from Missouri. I got some free time, so I thought I'd make a video for you guys detailing our unit finals. So this is the one for the freshmen. And this is our civil rights unit final. You can find it very simply. You go to Google Classroom, go to classwork. It's going to be the most recent assignment called Unit 6 Final, Civil Rights. Pretty simple. 2 people have already done it. Nice. But you're just going to click on this right here. There's going to be a copy already made for you, and you should have your own personalized copy made for you once you click on that link. It's a pretty simple final. You're essentially writing a 3-paragraph essay. It might sound a little bit scary. That's a little bit more writing than we usually do in this class. However, I break down each paragraph for you, and I detail the main kind of ideas or points you have to make within those specific paragraphs. And I also preface that each paragraph should be between 3 to 6 sentences. You need ample evidence from your notes. You're going to be referring back to your notes quite frequently during this final. You're going to have to build upon and explain your ideas, and your paragraphs should address the following topics. Like I said, paragraph 1, you're going to explain to me what the goals of Cesar Chavez, Malcolm X, and MLK were. Give you a little side note, make sure that you be specific and provide examples of the issues that these civil rights leaders fought for. Go back to your previous work. You've done a worksheet for each of these individuals. The Latino movement worksheet has quite a bit of stuff on Cesar Chavez. For example, if you look at that worksheet, let's see. There's a lot of stuff. Like, remember this whole video we watched? Maybe you can try to extrapolate or understand what his main goals were. It's even made easier for you guys in the Malcolm X and the MLK worksheet, as these were very kind of similar. You had the chart at the bottom, which should help you out quite a bit. But you answered a lot of these questions up top. But look, what were the goals of Malcolm X? You can potentially use some of that information in your final paragraph. Same goes for your MLK worksheet. There's also that at the bottom. Goals of MLK. That could come in handy while you're writing this final. So that's paragraph 1. Identify the goals of the 3 individuals and the movements that they led. Number 2, identify the strategies of the 3 individuals and how they used it to achieve their goals. You need to explain how these strategies were utilized to address their goals, saying like, oh, Cesar Chavez protested, MLK protested, Malcolm X protested. That's not significant evidence. That's not a significant enough answer. What did they protest? How did their protest actually help them? A lot of you guys, when we do these writing assignments, you just kind of give me the what. You're like, this happened. And I'm like, okay, but like, how did it actually affect it? So explain to me how their strategies actually affected them in achieving their goal. For example, saying that Cesar Chavez led a boycott. That's good, but not sufficient. This is better. Cesar Chavez led a boycott of grapes. He, with his migrant workers and other allies, led a boycott of grapes in California in order to improve migrant worker conditions. Basically, because no one was buying grapes, grape producers were having trouble with monetary reasons due to no one buying their grapes. That was the way he was actually trying to change things. That's an explanation of a boycott. It goes beyond just saying Cesar Chavez boycotted. You got to give more evidence and explanation. Same goes for Malcolm X and MLK. MLK was nonviolent. True, but again, you're going to have to explain that. Malcolm X advocated for violence at parts of his career. True, but you have to explain how that helps them get to their goal. All right, and the final paragraph you have. Of the 3 figures, Cesar Chavez, Malcolm X, and MLK, you have to determine who was most successful in achieving their goals. Explain. There is no right answer. If you try to Google this, who was right, it's not going to give you an answer. It is a bit of an opinion-based question, for sure, but you can support your answer, and I think it's easier to support the answers of some of these figures as opposed to these others. So, the way that I would do this is look at what their goals were, look at what these figures actually achieved, and who was closest to achieving their actual goals and who created the most positive change for their movement. So I say support your answer with evidence. You're really going to need to do this because you are giving an opinion-based question. Therefore, you need ample evidence to support your choice. There's not one right answer, like I said. And as I said previously, what outcomes were achieved by each individual. So you do have to give credit to each of them in their own way, explain what each person achieved, but then explain to me who achieved the most out of these three individuals. Again, no right answer. You're going to have to look at your charts and your notes, like achievements. You can use this other stuff down here as well. Achievements. But all throughout the worksheet, you're talking about the achievements that these people made. Therefore, you should have ample ammo to be able to answer this question. Okay, so that's just my brief explanation of your final. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty busy in Missouri, so I will get back to you on questions as soon as I possibly can. Feel free to ask your sub. But yes, just email me or ask your sub if you have any questions on this paragraph final. Remember, 3 to 6 sentences, none of this 2-sentence stuff. Be specific, provide evidence, like I've said all year, and yes, fully answer the question as well. That's kind of been an issue sometimes. People only answer like half of a question and they hope they're gonna do well. Fully answer the question, use evidence, be specific. Don't just say, again, this is an example of bad, Cesar Chavez boycotted. No, explain how, be specific, utilize evidence. Okay, well, I miss you guys, and I hope you're able to do well in this final. Bye-bye for now.